वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Ready? हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, oh Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Gaur Hari Bol. पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ओम ज्ञान I have put the prayer already in the beginning, so I will share one PowerPoint with all of you. Just a minute. So this session I did for Texas A&M in America. Students were very appreciative of this session. It is called self-awareness and self-management. You will find this immensely helpful for your daily life. your the course of life, you come across so many situations. This will be very, very helpful for you. Okay. Although it is small, you can read those 4 questions I have written there. They have a mic, another mic. Yeah. You can read that.
How can fill up your book of life maturely to be satisfied yourself and being sensitive to others?
Correct.
How can you be a
Detached.
detached?
Yeah. Yes.
How can you be a detached observer of yourself, others, and situations, and exhibit right responses?
You all understand that? That means how you can be an observer of your own behavior, others' behavior and situations, and exhibit right behavior. Huh? Yeah.
How can how can you design your response rather than being driven by impulse?
Impulse. Yeah. Impulse means what? That sometimes you take a quick action, like somebody tells you something, you become angry immediately. Huh? That is called impulsive behavior. Or you're compelled by your emotions to act. Say one of your friends said something bad about you, you slapped him. Huh? Become angry like that. Or you caught his collar. Huh? Or you spoke to him harshly or something. That is impulsive, we call it. That's called as reactive behavior. Huh? So should we react or should we respond? No, you should respond. Response means you think and speak, huh? Which means you design your speech. And react means you speak by default. Huh? So default speech, for which we may regret later. Right now. So therefore, so we all want to speak by designing our speech properly. And last one, fourth one.
What are simple, easy to apply tips for modifying our attitude, thinking, and behavior?
Yeah, correct. So these things we will learn today. Mhm. See, there are so many emotions you see here. Huh? We all undergo different type of emotions in our life. Some are, you see, if you see this, some are appearing happy, huh? Some are sad, some are confused. Isn't it? Different type of emotions. Now, everybody expresses what they feel by different type of facial expressions. Correct? No? Uh, See the person who is happy, how he looks like. See the angry person. See the sad person, frustrated person. Yeah. So these are all different emotions. So anybody can tell me why should we observe our emotional states? What is the advantage of observing our emotional states? Any other? Like you can see these two fellows. We can understand ourselves. What is the advantage of understanding ourselves? We can change. So why should we think about changing? Mike, give the mic. That's one that said, okay.
Because you need to be happy, always be happy in your life.
Uh-huh. Okay, we should be happy always. Uh, like for example, mm, he is happy here, and the another one he is very morose there. In both the situations, we need to know how to act properly. Like when you are very happy, say you got first rank in the class. Say one of your other friend got 25th rank in the class. Huh? You go and tell him, hey, I got first rank in the class. What is your rank? And he's putting his head down and saying, I got 25th rank. So how would you treat him?
Supportive.
Huh?
Supportive.
You can be supportive to him. You give a pat on the back. Don't worry. You know, before next exam comes, I'll spend some time with you. I'll share my notes with you. And I will teach you maths. I'll be of help to you. That is the correct behavior. What can be a wrong behavior?
See, you got less.
You can ridicule. Just look at your marks. How bad. Discouraging. Isn't it? So that means when we are floating in the happy moments, Many things happen to us. We may speak rashly with others, or we may be very proud also. Correct, no? I got first rank because I'm a brainy chap.
Again, go, you'll drop down.
Yeah, correct. Isn't it? But people tend to become proud. Correct or not, isn't it? Okay, is somebody becoming proud? Is it good or bad? Is it all right? What do you think? Uh,
Put in some.
yeah. Uh huh. Uh huh. How is it good? He will tell us. Your good name? Your good name?
Bala Dhruv.
Baladrov. You can say, how is pride good?
Like suppose you get good marks and you have pride, like that you got good marks, but you don't show off, and you just keep it in yourself.
Yes.
Then
So you feel happy and joyful. Having.
but if you show off, then you'll like the amount you showed off, that much your marks will just decrease.
Okay, okay. And someone else said, is pride good or bad? Why is it good or bad? Yeah.
Pride is good when you get good marks and you feel confident when you.
Actually, that means we can feel confident, but we should not be proud.
Yeah.
Correct, no?
Yes.
Yes, confidence is good, but pride is not good. Yes? Give the mic that side.
Prabhuji, if you have little bit pride, we can aspire to do better. But if you have too much pride, too much overconfidence, will always like decrease. And then again, our emotions, it will decrease once our ego gets affected.
Correct. When one becomes proud, then actually one loses good intelligence by pride. I heard one story in my school days. We used to have a rapid text, easy readers book we used to have. So in that book, I read one story. They said once upon a time a cock used to climb up on the top of the roof of the house and used to make a noise in the early morning. Huh? It makes a sound. You've seen that? Morning. Then the villagers get up in the morning. So one day at 11 o'clock, a fox came and told this cock who was sitting at the top, he said, "Oh dear cock, you are the leader of the whole village," he said. And the cock was amazed. "You call me the leader of the whole village? Why do you say that?" He came 2 steps down. And the fox said, "Because you call in the morning, cock-a-doodle-doo, and the whole village wakes up. Huh? That such is your control over the village." Then the cock came 2 more steps down. That's true. Huh? You see, unless I make my sound in the morning, nobody gets up in the village. And as you rightly said, because I make the sound, everybody gets up in the village, he said. And then the fox said, "But I am very unfortunate because we creatures keep awake at night and I slept in the morning time and I missed your sweet voice." Then he came 2 steps down and said, "You mean to say my voice is very sweet?" I said, "Yes, definitely. And I feel I'm missing it. I was wondering whether I can hear your voice at least once again. For me, can you perform that?" By the time the cock had come down, 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 now you are sitting right next to the fox. And when the fox requested, the cock closed his eyes and like that he was selling. When he closed the eyes tightly and loudly shouted, made noise, by the time what did the fox do? It caught hold of his neck and then took him into the forest. And that was the end of the cock. So what is the moral of the story? Anybody knows? Yeah. When one becomes proud, one becomes foolish also. Correct, now the cock became so much intoxicated by pride, he became foolish. Correct, now. Therefore, we have to observe our emotions. Correct, now. When we get success, we should not become too proud. We can be confident, but we shouldn't become proud. And what about this sadness? See, when we become sad, say you got very poor marks in the examination or you failed in the exam, you are afraid to show the progress report to the parents. What do the parents think? What should we do at that time? Hmm? Yeah, where is the mic? Here, one mic. Yeah.
Accept that you've got bad marks and own up to it.
Okay. What is the meaning of owning up? How can we do that?
By working harder next time.
Okay. So you make a resolve that I will next time put more efforts. Okay. Anybody else? What can you do in case you failed in something? You are feeling miserable. All friends are coming and asking you, "Hey, why did you do this? You got so poor marks. Hey, you failed here. What is this? You didn't study well or what?" People ask you. So more and more people surround you and ask you, you are feeling, feeling uneasy. Huh? What do you do?
Prabhuji,
we look into our mistakes and see where we have gone wrong.
That's the intelligent thing to do. Okay, why did I get so poor marks this time? So what can I alternatively do to make it better? Huh? That is a common sense thing. One should do that. Huh? Definitely, that is something which will lead to improvement. Correct, no? Okay. Anything else? Like recently, just I heard a month ago, one boy committed suicide in IIT Madras. I heard IIT Chennai. Huh? Just a month ago, recently. Yeah. And then you know what he wrote in the WhatsApp message? He said, "I am not good enough," and then he committed suicide. So, what do you understand from his one-line statement? I am not good enough. He got depressed. Too much competition, yeah. Too much competition, yeah. When intelligent boys come there together, so he couldn't handle the competition. He was actually, and that boy may not be aware that when you commit suicide, you become a ghost in the next life. You know that? Yeah. Ghost means what? The soul comes out with the mind, and the gross body is lying down. Say you jumped from a building, the body is lying down, but the mind, soul covered by the mind is coming. Now the mind has many, many desires. But for executing the desires, the mind doesn't have the facility of the gross body. You can't execute. Like, for example, you want to eat prasad. You have the hand now. You can take and eat. But the subtle body is surrounding the soul. He doesn't have the gross instrument to do the activity. So you all came from home in a car, for example. If car is not there, you have to walk all the way. How difficult it will be. Correct, no? So car is an instrument for, giving you the facility to go home. Imagine if somebody takes away the car, how inconvenient it will be for you. So for the ghost, it's like that. He wants to eat, he wants to smell, he wants to see, he wants to do some activity he cannot do. Hmm. And how long he has to be ghost? If a boy is supposed to die at 85 years, for example, now this boy is only 20 years now. That means 65 years he has to be ghost. That period he has to complete. You see? Uh, Till he gets the next body. Yeah.
Heard in the Abhajan series, Prabhupada, when chanting Hare Krishna, purifies a ghost. So how does it get purified if the mind and soul is combined? Because
So how the ghost got purified, no? No, the body, mind, soul, we say. This is body. And inside this body, there is mind. Inside the mind, there is soul. So the soul, then the mind is the subtle body, we call it. Then the gross body. So when you chant the holy name, sometimes the ghosts are living in a room. You chant the holy name, they get purified also. Prabhupada said, of course, they get purified or they have to run away from that place because they feel like somebody is pricking them when you chant the holy name. Like we also, when we chanting is a little difficult for us, correct, no? But some people give up chanting. Similarly, ghosts also, when they cannot take the chanting, they give it up. They'll flee from that place. But if they associate with Lord Shiva, who is always chanting, then they get purified and get a human body. So Shiva can give a ghost human body. He gives like that. But the point is what? If you become like this man, miserable, sometimes it can happen to us. Correct or not? Can we say I always, I can crack all exams, I never fail? Can anybody say that? So one thing we have to know is, as much as you will jump up and down when you get first rank, equally you should have the inner strength to face the failures with courage. You agree? Hmm. So if a boy cannot face failures with courage, he is going to commit suicide. You have seen that it has happened in the past, correct now? So therefore, we need to know the inner emotions. Be aware of what type of person you are. Some people become depressed. Some people become angry. Hmm. Like in America, one boy took a gun. His girlfriend left him and went with another boy. So he took a gun, shot 18 people. Why? Why she did this to me? So I cannot tolerate. Whoever is around me, I will shoot. Crazy. Yes. So these people have acted without control of their mind. Correct, no? So if you all want to know the emotional state and act properly, and avoid improper behavior, for that you have to study your mind. Here you see. Okay, now you all study these two pictures and tell me what did you observe? What is the difference? Mike?
The first image, people are disliking whatever she's teaching. The,
She's a team leader.
yeah, and they're getting they
They are not comfortable.
they're not comfortable. Like how she teaches,
Frustrated. Yeah, correct.
how they were treated.
Yeah, correct. And the second one?
Second image, the teacher, the leader is involving with everyone and like talking to everyone friendly. And
Yeah. So that means in human interactions, which one is healthy, which one is unhealthy?
the second image.
Second one is healthy. Yeah, first one unhealthy. So therefore, for us to be able to interact with other humans properly, we have to design our inner emotions. Correct, no? Because unless your inner climate is a healthy climate in the mind, then only you can also speak properly, behave properly. Correct, no? That is the point. Yeah. But also emotions become very important in decision making also. Correct, no? For example, I heard one story of one man who went on the horseback, to the forest to just have a holiday. Half a day he spent in the forest. But while going, he picked up his dog also with him and went. So he sat under a tree, enjoyed the singing of the cuckoos, ate his lunch, played his guitar, sang some songs, and now he was returning back. But when he would board the horse and try to come back, the dog would go like this. Dog wouldn't allow him to proceed further. I'm wondering why my dog has gone berserk. He was not understanding. He just took the gun, shot the dog. So then he went ahead. After a couple of miles, suddenly he was searching for his wallet, which was missing. So then he went back, and sure enough, under the tree, the same wallet was lying. And the dog was touching the wallet, and with the mouth bleeding, he died. Because he shot, he died. Now he picked up the wallet and opened it and saw all the money was intact, safe. He kept it in his bag. And then he was shaking the dog, sprinkling water. Oh, dog, get up, you poor dog. For giving me the wallet, you blocked my way. But now that I got the wallet now, why didn't you get up and walk with me? Do you think a dog can get up? So what is the problem? She's already shot it. So that means he made a right decision or wrong decision. So therefore it is said, haste is waste. Heard this? Haste is waste. So he made a hasty decision or a snap decision. That means if my emotional state is not proper, I'm going to make what decision? Bad decision, hasty decision. What we should do. In Pune, it so happened, once 6 brahmacharis, we were supposed to catch a train, to go to Vrindavan. So one devotee was sitting in the Sumo and honking the horn, Bah, bah, bah. I said, hey, come, get all the devotees, otherwise you'll miss the train. So one devotee came running from the ashram. He boarded the Sumo. And after we went half the distance to the station, he said, Prabhuji, I forgot my bag, he's saying. In a travel bag he forgot. Now how he forgot the travel bag, do you know? Because he hastily ran to the Sumo, because they're calling very fastly. Then the devotee is telling, you get down now, and you go back, pick up your bag, take auto and come. If you caught the train, you got it. Otherwise, you will have to skip the yatra now. Correct now? So in a haste, when you do things, many times you may do blunders. So therefore, the decision making, your mind should be cool. If your mind is not proper, otherwise decision making will be wrong. Look at that other lady. Your mood also is important. Proper mood. So what is happening with her? Anybody? Where is the mic? Yeah. Anybody can say what is happening to that lady? What did the phone do wrong? Why is he looking at the
The phone is telling on route, but she thinks the route is wrong because there are 3 routes.
Oh, these two are two different things.
No,
This is independent.
she's enraged. Or
Enraged.
fearing something. Like
She's enraged, angry with somebody. She's at the top of her lungs now. She is not in a so good mood. Correct, no?
And she does. And the first image, she doesn't know where to go.
Actually, yeah, that is also true. But this lady, she's yelling. Is it good to yell like this?
No.
It's very bad for health also. Doctors say if you become angry like this, it's like running 5 miles distance. That much energy is lost. by becoming angry like, going to come? This is gone. Now it came now. It's going again. Okay, let us see. I am showing you 5 situations. Tell me, out of these 5, which one makes you most upset? Let us see. Somebody opposes your opinion? How many of you will get upset? Okay, there are 3. Okay. Somebody breaks the promise made by them?
We get lot of kids.
Oh, good number. Okay. Somebody cheats you? How many of you will be upset? Okay, 4, 5. Somebody didn't bother about your convenience, needs, and problems. They just ignored you. There are about 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Say you had some expectations from somebody, but they didn't fulfill it. Okay. So which one got the maximum votes? The broken promises, I think. Correct. Somebody made a promise and didn't keep the promise. Correct. No. They said they will do something for you and they didn't do it. But all these situations are challenging in our lives. Yeah? These are all situations where emotionally we get overthrown. Mm. And we may behave improperly. Correct. No? Like the lady was yelling, we may yell, or we may. See here, if some situation like that comes, you become angry, and that is called reacting. See, that fellow is yelling now. Correct, no?
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah is yelling. And below you see, this person also faces the same situation, but he is thinking before responding. This is what is the speciality of human life. Huh? In human life, you can think and act. In the Sattva Guna, it is possible. You can think and then speak. Have you heard the saying, the uh, spilt milk, or the broken glass, or the spared arrow, or spoken words cannot be taken back, it is said. Isn't it? Like the glass is broken, you cannot do anything with that. Or the milk is spilt, can't do anything. Or if you take a bow and arrow, you send it, then you cannot be getting back the arrow. Similarly, spoken words also. So that means you think and then speak. That means you design your speech, okay? Okay, this is a difficult activity for you. I will tell you another thing. Okay, this I'll show you here. See, the personal competence means what I see about myself is self-awareness. Okay. And what I do is called self-management. That means after you know certain behaviors of yours, you may want to modify them. Correct, no? So when you modify the behavior, it's called self-managed behavior. Correct, no? You you may control your anger, control your emotion, and then you bring it out in a very sanitized way. That's called self-management. So I will show you one another. See, read that, one of you. Where the mic? The mic.
Study the 5 situations. What is the urge in each of the
So you
situations?
have to find out what is that urge that pushes us. You have to find out. And then?
How would you respond positively or negatively in these situations?
Correct. Okay, you are ready? I'm going to show you 5 situations now. So you have to answer the question by saying which urge is in discussion now and what is the way you can deal with the situation positively and how would you respond negatively. Correct? No? Good. Yeah, read it.
Assume
Assume that on a huge festival day they are giving each devotee one gulab jamun. Only it is so nice that you want to have one more. What would you do? You would ask. Request.
Urge of the tongue. Okay. It's urge of the tongue you found out. So they have a limited gulab jamun made, correct now? One for each devotee, right? One or two? Only one. Okay, I think it's a big one. Big gulab jamun. So you loved it. You want one more. What would you do? Yeah, yes.
I'll take.
One more you will take. But they have to give also.
I would ask politely. Yeah.
Politely you'll ask, Prabhu, can I get one more? Sometimes they will say, after everyone is finished, if it remains, we will give you one. They may say that, correct, no? Yeah. Anybody else? What would you do? What would you do?
Wait till everyone's finished.
He will wait till everyone is finished patiently. And then you may go and ask, Prabhu, now all devotees are over. Is there any gulab jamun left? You can ask. Okay, anybody else? What you would do? Yeah. Give the other mic. Yeah.
Prabhuji, I would first ask whether if they're sufficient for everyone. Then based on that, I'll either take another one or I'll not take.
Okay. Yeah. Say, sometimes I go with my plate to the server and say, Prabhu, can I get 2 more servings of gulab jamun? And he says, sorry, Prabhu, today is limited and we have more devotees than the gulab jamuns today. Huh? If he says, when you return with empty plate, some friends may laugh. Hey, you didn't get it? Correct, no? Sometimes it happens like that. So sometimes you have to cut a sorry figure when we cannot control our tongue. Correct, no? That's our urge. So the positive response also can be, okay, this is a limited item. Whatever they are giving, I will accept that much. Huh? I will not ask. Sometimes chapatis are limited in yatra. Sometimes you get only 2 or 4 or whatever. Huh? It's the urge of the tongue. Read it.
You are sitting.
Mike.
You are sitting
You-
in the college library, and
Yes.
an old friend of yours comes and you are seeing him after 3 to 4 years. What would you do in library where there is a board put up silence?
So what is the urge in discussion here? Urge to speak. Urge to speak. Correct. Yeah. Here.
I would ask him to go outside and then we'll start talking.
That's the ideal behavior. Correct. No. That's the way everybody should behave because it's a silent board is put up. All are absorbed in studying. You can't yell at the friend or shout at the friend. Correct. And a person who is unmindful, you know what he might do? Oh, hey, hello, how do you do? I'm meeting you after 4 years, yeah, come on. And you'll pat him, ha, 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 and all other people who are reading, they'll see like this, what is this guy doing, correct? No? So that means urge to speak in certain places we have to control, correct? Yeah, read it.
Imagine you are in a college classroom and the teacher says, now it's 4 p.m., but I'm giving you 1 hour to finish your homework, and as soon as you finish it, you can go back home. She says so and goes away. What do you think the students will do?
He knows, anybody else? Yeah, give him.
Some of them will go home without finishing home.
Yeah, they will say, yeah, that's
I'll play a tic tac toe with my friends.
correct, isn't it? Yeah.
Actually, some people they would say the homework is done, they go to him and they do the homework.
Yeah, most people do that, right? Once the teacher makes the announcement and moves, what is the next thing that happens? A lot of noise in the class. You know, everybody, ha ha, because they're very happy the teacher left us early. They don't do the homework, correct? They may go. So, what is the urge here?
Urge of mind.
Urge of mind. Very good. Very good. It's urge of the mind. The mind wants, abandonment. That means mind wants to be free, carefree. Like, although everybody knows you have to do the homework, and still time is there for the bus to leave the school. Another half an hour you have. You can do the homework as well and save the time at home, but they won't do it. Here they'll be chatting, laughing, joking, going out, playing. Correct, no? So the mind has a very strong urge. People are unable to control that. Yeah, please read this. At the mic, yeah. Yeah, you can read it.
Consider you're going for a Jagannath Puri or Vrindavan Yatra, and everything is packed and planned. And there is going to be ecstatic 15 days of association and spiritual fun. Now you're about to board the vehicle/train, and someone tells you, Prabhuji, your name is out of the list. Kindly stay back. how would we respond to such a situation?
Yeah. Somehow, while making the ticket, your name got missed out for Yatra while registering. Huh? And that you came to know last moment. So everybody is going. Your friends are all going. There are thousands of devotees going to come. You were thinking next 15 days I'll have great fun in Yatra. I will take ocean bath. Huh? I'll take darshan of Jagannath and all that. Your mind was already, making plans. Huh? But the last minute you were told that you are not registered for the Yatra. Some mistake happened. So now you have to go back home. They are turning you away back to home. Yes. What is the positive way to respond? What is the negative way to respond?
We would feel sad, but we will accept it as maybe Krishna's plan, and that you will go next time.
Okay. Very good. Yes. Yes, sir.
Ask them to recheck and see if there is any arrangement possible, if there are any vacant spaces.
Okay.
If not, I'll just accept it and leave it.
Okay. He will make effort to get a place and also get registered the name in Yatra also, if it is possible. If it doesn't work out, he made his effort. And we should always make effort and be detached. Correct, no? Good point. Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Yes. Yeah, please. Right.
Prabhuji, if I was in the situation, I would plan my own yatra.
Where it will be Jagannath Puri?
Yeah.
So how you will go alone?
Yes, we'll meet, however, right?
Yeah.
We'll meet in the temple or somewhere.
So you can make arrangement for accommodation and prasad. And then because anyway Anand Bazaar is there, can get the prasad. And devotees you will get to see. Maharaj lecture you can attend. Evening, other people also come. Brilliant. Give him an applause. Haribol. Smart, isn't it? Very smart idea it is. So somehow you found a way out to go to Yatra, isn't it? But in case you are told that you are not registered, you cannot come for this, come for this. Some restrictions may be there. We should follow those restrictions, correct? Huh? So what urge is in picture here when this kind of news comes to you? And for most people, what urge can arise? Huh? They will lose temper, anger, krodha vegam. Huh? I gave the name, I paid the money, why my name is not registered or why my ticket is not booked? Who is the fellow? Huh? Be my disciple. Whoever booked the ticket and arranged, you will go and catch him. Hey, Prabhu, why you didn't? Now you stay back, I'm going to go in your place. Huh? Somebody may say like that, correct, no? It's a urge. Please read it.
You're going in Pune Bombay train and almost all the seats are empty. Suddenly, a group of 5 young girls in semi-clad clothes come in and sit near you. All of them are laughing and giggling, and they're practically insensitive to your presence there. But how would your heart feel, and how would you respond to such a situation?
Yeah.
I would feel annoyed and tell them to go somewhere else.
Don't make noise here, you'll tell now.
Yeah.
Okay? Anybody?
Like I would ask them if they have a seat there, and if they all of them don't.
So they have booked their seats. So they have booked seats in the same place where you have a seat.
So then I'll tell them like sit on your birds and sleep
Yeah, don't
to
make noise.
avoid the.
Okay, okay. There, yeah.
I would calmly sit and chant Hare Krishna.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I would ask them to please be seated properly, or please behave properly, because it is a train, it is a public place, we cannot act however we want, even if it's our seats.
Okay. Thank you. And then anybody else?
I would ask the train conductor if he can switch my seat or something.
Brilliant. Very good. Anybody else? I have asked you 2 questions. What would your heart feel and how would you respond in situation? So you all told about responding. Responding is with your speech. Yeah? You said about your annoyed, yeah. Yes.
Prabhuji, I feel bad because they're making, they're disturbing the whole compartment or the batch.
Yeah. Some people are like that. Correct. Yeah, correct. So,
they'll not care about the others. They just enjoy about themselves.
yeah, correct. There are some people like that. See, one thing, yeah,
This is the urge of genitals, Prabhuji.
correct. Urge for the Actually, urge is for the opposite sex. That not many of you said that point, but that is also, especially when there are young, beautiful girls sitting nearby. So we get a different type of urge, attraction also, male, female attraction also we get. That's a feeling I was telling. One may get such a feeling, uneasiness. So what do Shastras say about it? If one feels this kind of, when you see beautiful woman, when you feel attraction, how should we answer it to our mind, according to Shastras? Anybody know? Who?
Prabhuji, body is temporary in Kali Yuga.
Okay, not only Kali Yuga, body is always temporary in any Yuga, but the soul is permanent. Okay.
This is the desire of the mind.
Oh, this is just the desire of my mind. You will twist mind. Okay. Yes. My mic.
We're the soul, not body.
We are not the body. Actually, man's body is made of flesh and bones, and woman's body is also made of that only. Substances are same only, but the soul in both the bodies are also similar. Huh? Then why am I feeling some kind of uneasiness? Yeah.
We should feel that the Supreme Personality of Godhead who has created them is far more beautiful, and we should showcase love to Him and build a bond.
Okay, if these women look beautiful, how much more the Lord must be beautiful? Yeah. One can think like that. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Prabhuji, we have to think like they're even though they're beautiful, they're misbehaving with others.
Therefore, somebody may be good looking, but if their behavior is not good, what is so great about it? Anything like okay. Yes.
I would think like they're not good people. They look like they drink and everything and do intoxicating.
That we are not very sure whether they drank.
Yeah.
Because they look normal only.
The way they behave, their attitude.
They're laughing, joking, talking to each other. So, see, one important thing, after hearing all your answers, I wanted to share with you. See, Chanakya says, Matravat Paradareshu. Other men's wives must be seen as one's mother. Except one's own wife, you should see everybody else as a mother. If somebody is elder to you, you should see them like a mother. Somebody is younger to you, you should see them like a daughter. Like that the Shastra says that. Similarly, woman also. If a woman sees some man elder than them, so they should see him like a father. And if they see somebody younger than them, they should see them like a son. This is the standard. Similarly, if a lady is wearing kumkum here, do you know what is the meaning of this? Why do they have, yeah? She is married. Immediately we should see her like a mother. Oh, this is a mother who is married. They are respectable. Another thing, when I was studying in the college, I used to go by bicycle to the college. Some boys would come in a bus, and the neighborhood college was a girls' college, and ours was a co-education college. A lot of girls will be there in the bus, and our boys also will go. So one of my friends, college days, what he would do, when he would be standing behind a girl and pulling this hair, this jata they put like this, no? So he would be pulling like this. And she'll get annoyed, she'll become angry. And then he will turn his face away like this. Like that he will laughing. Huh? So he will come to the college and tell all of us that, hey, today I irritated the girl in the bus. I did this, did that. He said. So one day, what I asked him? Say, your sister is going in a bus. If a boy is coming and pulling her hand, for example, how will you feel? I asked him. Because he had a sister, He became so angry. He said, who is that boy who can touch my sister? I'll finish him on the spot. I'll punch on his nose. He was telling. Then I said, if you are so angry with somebody dealing with your sister like that, now you are dealing like that with somebody's sister. Correct, no? What if that boy want to punch you on your nose? I asked him. Then it came to his mind, what you said is correct. That means everybody wants their sister to be treated with dignity. How many of you here you have a sister? Oh, many of you have, yeah, isn't it? So you want your sister to be treated with respect or not? What do you think?
Yes.
Correct, no?
Only we both can fight.
That is all right, isn't it? But you will not want your sister to be mistreated by another boy, right? So if we don't want our sister to be mistreated by another boy, then how can we treat someone else's sister badly? Mike?
Roji, I had this same question to a boy in our class. He gave me two reasons. He said, "Aren't you a male? Why are you acting like a small girl? You should do all these things." And the second reason he gave me was that bhakti and material life are two different things. You can practice anything anytime. I'll go home and practice bhakti, but in public, I'll look at girls. That's what he said.
Okay. What do you all think about this? His idea. He says bhakti is something separate and this life is different. So you can do what? Doesn't make sense. They are all interwoven. I will tell you in Bhagavad Gita also Lord Krishna teaches it. You will see here. I'll just show you. See, this is the book on leadership from the Bhagavad Gita. He writes a very interesting point. I'll show. Yeah.
I was just telling them,
See here, he writes interesting point. Here you can see. See, read that bold sentences. One of you can read that. Sorry, just a minute. Only the bold ones.
The Bhagavad Gita does not support the notion that spirituality is something to be left behind at your place of worship or home, and that it has no relevance at the workplace or boardroom.
Boardroom. Correct. Now, which means it is not that your bhakti is only at home. The outside world, you can do whatever you want. That is like a chameleon. You know what's a chameleon? A chameleon, when it climbs a tree, it will be brown color. When it goes to the lawn, it will be green color. It's a cheater. Correct. Now, in the same manner, if somebody says, you know, I can change colors and do whatever he wants, he has a double standard life. Tomorrow, nobody will trust them. Correct, no? Our lives are interwoven. Huh? So, now, one true story I will tell you. One boy from South India, coming from a Sri Vaishnava family, he finished his engineering. And for MS, he went to America. So when he went to America, in his class, there were students from different countries. Some were from Japan, some were from China, some were from Europe also. So there was one Chinese girl who was very slim and very beautiful looking. So he became attracted to her. You know, he would, in the interval time, he would go and ask her, what's your name? You know, where are you from? And all that. So one day he took muffin for her. You know muffin? Like a cupcake kind of thing. So he took and he gave her. She ate it and said, wow, I like it very much. You know, then I'll bring you more for you. Then he brought 2-3 times for her. She enjoyed it. And then he started getting close to her. Initially, he would talk to her. Now he started pinching her, patting her. And then he told her, if you come to my room, I will teach you how to make muffin cake. And she was very simple, but she came to his room. So in the course of teaching her muffin cake, he started getting close to her. He started touching her. So he started catching her fingers and saying, see, your fingers are so tender, so beautiful. He became attracted. And he proposed to her that let's enjoy. And she was not trained in spiritual knowledge. She was ignorant completely. Big ignoramus, zero. She is living like a two-legged animal. She has no knowledge of what is Shastra, what is correct. But this boy is an Indian boy, coming from a Vaishnava background. He knows what is soul, what is body, what is correct, what is wrong. Already his seeing her, getting close to her itself is a big blunder. But getting so close to her and sleeping with her and indulging in sex with her, he completely lost his good character because of that. After that, Again, he called her after 1 month. Again, you come to my room. She said, no, no, now I am with another boy now. I'm going. Huh? She started going with another boy roaming. He hankered for this girl. She could not get her because another boy got her. Huh? Then he started drinking. He started smoking. Depression. Yeah, he was drinking, he was smoking. Of course, he didn't commit suicide, but he lost his studies. 2 years of MS he went to do. All his studies were ruined. And the US college told him that you have been washed out from all the subjects. Get lost now. Huh? And US visa also he could not get after that. He came back to India and he cried to the parents that the Chinese girl spoiled my life. But did this girl spoil his life? He spoiled himself. Because Krishna says, there was a verse which says, Dushpurena Analena cha, he says. Dushpura Analena cha means what? When you indulge in sense gratification, the more you indulge, the more it's like putting petrol in fire. Can you put petrol in fire and expect that the fire will become pacified? It's not possible. Fire will only grow bigger. So he was thinking, oh, she looks very beautiful. If I touch her, I'll be happy. If I get close to her, then I'll become peaceful. He went closer and closer. Finally, he got destroyed completely. His whole career was finished like that. So, intelligent means what Shastras say, you should see the long-term outcome. Therefore, what he needed most was self-control. You understand, no? Self-control is needed. That's why I was showing you the other slideshow. See, he didn't have self-control. Huh? See here, self-control gives you knowledge. It gives you all good qualities. Like what knowledge, good qualities it gives you, read it. If you have self-control.
It gives compassion, knowledge, forgiveness, patience, non-violence, sincerity, mildness, determination, contentment, truthfulness, benevolence, and freedom from anger and envy.
Yeah. Mind becomes very clear. You all know this, correct, na? These are the 6 urges. Where you read the 6 urges? Yeah, that, this, he taught this as our, Samatha Krishna Poo taught this. He told me, yeah. These 3 monkeys? Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah. See, in regulating your activities also, you can use self-management. How? For example, here you see, please repeat this verse. Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Read the translation, please.
He who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system.
Yeah. So, therefore, you have to eat on time. Huh? How many of you eat on the same time almost every day? You stick to the timing of eating? There are about 4 or 5 devotees, yeah. And what will happen if you don't eat on regulated time? You Yeah. You feel headache because of not eating on time. You feel hungry. Or you get ulcers in the mouth. And also in the long run, the bad habit of eating anytime, sleeping anytime, that's very bad actually. Regulated means eating moderately at the appropriate time. Stick to the timing. Similarly, sleeping. Who sleeps before 10 at night? Very good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Okay. Who sleeps between 10 to 10:30? Good. There are about 4 of them. Okay. Who sleeps between 10:30 to 11? There are about 3 of them. Okay. Anybody sleeps after 11? 11 to 12? Nobody. Okay. Huh? What time? 12? Okay. Like that, yeah. So, see, there is this thing. You can see. You saw this?
Why are successful people waking up at 4 a.m. and not a different hour? What is the secret behind it? Well, they know how their brain works, and they take advantage of their brainwaves. Why are successful people waking up at 4 a.m. and not a different hour? What is the secret behind it? Well, they know how their brain works, and they take advantage of their brainwave states and brain chemistry. The brain produces electrical patterns, often referred to as waves. When you're first awake, your brain operates at around 10.5 waves per second. The range from 8 to 13 hertz or cycles per second is the alpha stage. It's been called the gateway to the subconscious mind. But when you wake up this early, you are between theta and alpha. The mind is capable of deep and profound learning, being fully aware and focused with an effortlessly calm mind. In other words, you don't have to work as hard. You are not thinking. You just relax into the moment. Another important fact known by all successful people is when you wake up, your subconscious mind is most impressionable and soaks up information like a sponge. Whatever you hear, see, or are exposed to in the first 20 minutes will affect you and set the tone for the rest of your day. This is why they meditate, listen to affirmations, and not checking their social media and emails so early. They choose consciously their tone of the day, being focused and positive and not being distracted. They choose to go to bed early and use the premature hours of each day in their own advantage. They make up a routine of waking up before the sun starts to shine and go to sleep after the sun goes down. Why do they go to bed so early? Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is where you can get the most from regenerative and deep sleep. After 2 a.m., sleep lacks the quality that you need as it becomes more superficial, chronically depriving your body of the regenerative sleep which you can enjoy between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. makes you wake up in the morning even more tired than when you went to bed. The human body is closely linked to the day and night cycle. That is why, within 1 or 2 hours after sunset, your melatonin levels start to rise. This is how your body's telling you that it's time to go to bed. At midnight, melatonin levels reach their highest value, and after this, they start decreasing gradually. 10 p.m. is when your body reacts as a result of the increment in the melatonin levels. This period of transformation in your sleep cycle brings along a more intense metabolic activity. This one is responsible for the repair and restoration of the whole.
See, in the daytime, your external body is active. Your hands, your legs, you are running here and there, activity. But when you lie down in the night, your internal body becomes active. How? Because a lot of pitta secretes in the belly, different secretions take place, different mechanisms are happening in your body, right from top of the head to tip of the toe. And when you have rested well, all the toxins in the body are drained out. Morning when you get up, your stomach is cleared, you brush your teeth, take a bath, you feel very fresh. But for that, compulsory, you should be asleep between 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., that much time. Of course, that sleep is not enough that much. Totally 6 hours is required, at least 6 or 7 hours required. So you sleep at, say, 9:30, you sleep. And if I generally sleep at 9, get up at 3. Understand it. Sometimes I sleep at 8:30, get up at 2:30. Like whatever time I sleep, exactly I'll get up 6 hours later. Like that. And latest by 9:30. 9:30 means I'll get up at 3:30. You feel very fresh, and we can work 18 hours a day. All day we can work without getting tired. But if you're sleeping after 10, he will tell you what will happen.
In order for this 10 p.m. reaction to take place, your body needs to slow down, which translates into reduction of your mental and physical activity. If you're still awake, there is a phenomena that takes place at this hour called second wind. This is caused by the rise in mental activity and energy that your system has at 10 p.m. Nevertheless, you can only feel what the second wind's value is truly about if you are asleep at 10 p.m. Studies show that if you go past the 10 p.m. bedtime, you'll find it more difficult to fall asleep.
Correct.
Also, you won't be able to enjoy refreshing sleep, which will lead to significant weariness in the morning. Small things matter, so even the simple shift in your bedtime hour from 11 p.m. to 10 p.m. can make a huge difference regarding the quality of your sleep. Moreover, there are high chances that you'll wake up to noises to disturb concentration. The brain has a great capacity to focus on certain tasks and thus generate a balanced rate between quality and work. Successful people are aware of this and they use their alone time in the early morning to take full advantage of their brain's functioning capacity. High achievers understand that premature hours of the day allow them to make better decisions as their energy levels are at their peak. Those who live a grand life understand that early morning willpower helps them to achieve high levels of discipline. A disciplined morning guides them towards a whole day of discipline, and this is exactly what supports their successful life. The peaceful and quiet time you get before the sun rises creates the environment you need in order to take care of yourself, which doesn't happen too often during the day. It's the me time that allows you to provide yourself with everything you need in order to successfully go through the day.
Everybody's sleeping.
As soon as the alarm goes off, you're facing a bump in the road, and it's up to you to get over it or not. It's up to you to decide whether you use your time in your advantage or not. When everybody else is still dreaming and sleeping in their comfortable beds, it's your time to shine. It's your time to get out of your comfortable zone and have that well-deserved breakthrough. The early morning hours are moments where you can be ahead of things without being distracted. It's a time where you can focus and pay attention to what really matters.
You understand, no? Like that he says. Therefore, early to rise, early to bed and early to rise. Early to bed and early to rise. So, the later you sleep, after 10, our efficiency of sleep reduces. So, those who sleep after 10, probably they have difficulty. Say, if you sleep at 12, you may have to get up at 6:37, correct, no? Really? What time you sleep? 11:30 to 5:30 you sleep, huh? 11:30 to 5:30 you sleep. Oh, right. But after 5:30 you feel little tired? No. Tired you feel. Little tired because it goes at 11. You try to make it shift it to 10. Yeah, correct. So in this way, again, controlling your eating. Eating, needless to say, you all are eating prasad right now. You know about eating. Sleeping also, not too much, not too little. A little bit, yeah. You know all these things. See, Bhishma teaches 9 qualifications for our self-management. Please read, what are they? Why? Mike?
Not to become angry.
Yeah.
Not to lie.
To equally distribute wealth.
To forgive.
To beget children only by one's legitimate wife.
To be pure in mind and hygienic in body.
Not to be inimical towards anyone. Inimical towards anyone.
To be simple.
To support servants or subordinates.
So in this way, he says that all human beings should follow this, he says. That means we have to restrain our anger, he says. Because anger is one letter short of danger. In danger, you remove D, what remains? Anger. So we should do de-anger. Like we have, de-addiction. Similarly, we have to de-anger. We have to give up. Similarly, not to lie, he says. Because even in a company, if somebody lies, they will throw them out. Because they become cheaters, correct? No? Like one man was working in an IT company, So what he did, he was drawing 12 lakhs per annum. That means monthly he was drawing 1 lakh, correct, no? So there was a rival company who told him, if you release secrets from your parent company, he'll give you 1 lakh gift for you, they said. And the rival company was in the same city. So he started releasing the secret, the files, links and everything. So they would take the secret and give him 1 lakh rupees. So in 1 year, 12 plus 6 secrets he released. So he got how much? 18 lakhs that year. So he became very happy. He thought, in this way I can multiply my money. It's a very quick way of earning money. Just to take from here and give there and you make money. So this parent company was seeing that although we are doing the research, before we release it in the market, they are releasing. And they are skyrocketing. And we are nose diving. And they are wondering what's happening with us. And then they found out here the black sheep. Huh? This is the culprit who is cheating us. So they caught him by the neck and threw him out. They black marked him. They said, "You are a cheater, you are a liar, get out." This man laughed off and said, "No problem. I earned at least 6 lakhs. Huh? I can always get another job. I will go to another company." But whichever company he went, they were calling the parent company to check what type of man is he. And do you think they gave good remarks? No. They said he's a black marked fellow, he's a black sheep, he's a cheater. So he couldn't get job for 2 to 3 years. He lost the jobs. Then he went to the rival company and told them, "Hey, for you guys, I gave you the secret because of which I am jobless now. Can you give me a job?" Do you think they would give him? They said, "Here is the door, get lost." Because you were corrupt in your behavior. Because you release secret from there to us, now you may also release secret from us to someone else. You are not trustworthy. You have no integrity. Get lost, they told him. So this fellow thought, "I am penny wise, pounds foolish." Huh? Which means, yeah, I know I earned 6 lakhs extra, but now I lost 3 years of salary I lost. How much it is?
36 lakhs.
36 lakhs. See, for 6 lakhs he lost 36 lakhs. Just see. Because of lack of integrity. That's why he says, do not lie. He says, one should not lie. One should not cheat. Because cheating is very nice in the beginning. You get some benefits. But in the long run, Lord is watching you from the top. Correct now? He's a witness. So therefore, any intelligent person should know that nobody in this world can do anything without God's knowledge. Correct now? So Krishna says, "Dyutam chalayatam smikita." If you try to cheat, you will get cheated yourself. Like that he says. So, I was telling you the boy who was attracted to the Chinese girl. So, on a personal level, he was becoming polluted in his character like Ajamila. Correct now? He got polluted. Although he was born in a good family, he misused it. Because he never chanted Hare Krishna. He never properly followed spiritual life. That was one example I gave. Now I gave you one example of lack of integrity in profession. Just now I gave. Another example I can give you, and let me tell you a situation. See, some boys called me during the COVID time and said, "Radheshyam Prabhu, now many boys are copying in exams now. Not only that, they are also giving questions to tuition centers. And for one question, if you give 1,000 rupees, they will supply you answers. And then those answers you submit, then you can get 90, 95 marks. Like that. They are getting like that. So many boys are getting, so we also want to get like that. We just need your blessing and permission. So what I should do? Should I allow them to copy or not? Okay, how many of you say we should not allow them to copy? Okay. Okay, how many of you feel, Prabhu, the whole world is doing it. If we don't do it, we'll be left behind. Correct now? So we should also, do in Rome as Romans do. Others are copying. We also should copy. What many of you feel? Anybody? Nobody. All of you are confident. Sure? Yeah. That's what I told them. But what our devotee boy said, "Prabhuji, you are a sadhu, you have no problem. Now you have no more studies in the college. You are chanting and dancing, but we have to have a job and profession. If we don't get marks, they get 95 and we will get only 60, 65. Our marks will be less. But if they get more marks, so much difference. Then when job placements come in the final year, they will choose them and not us. Then what?" They asked me. Then what I should tell them? And it is more important, yeah. Mike. Mike. Mike.
We can always ask them to study harder. He's saying that he'll only end up getting 65 marks. We can always ask him, you study hard enough to earn 95 on your own.
Correct.
Why do you have to rely on, cheating? It's cheating
Correct.
in one way.
Correct, yeah.
Prabhuji, in like online classes, Corona, like until Corona is there, like after Corona, like what about their life? People are cheating. Like what about their life? Because they'll write offline exams.
Yeah.
And they can't do it.
They can't do it. They'll come down from 95 to 55, 65 like that.
Yeah, and the people who don't cheat and study hard and get 95%, they will not face a problem.
Correct. Very good.
Prabhuji, when they get the job in the last year, when they work, they don't know what to do, right?
In the job, they will not know. Okay. Because they have not studied the subject properly, correct? You want to say? Yeah. Mike?
Like when studying and writing the exam and cheating, Prabhuji, the difference will be like seen. It is obviously seen by the teacher. They can differentiate between the person who studied and the person who cheated. Like that.
Right, they'll find out. Yeah, that's
Because the person who cheated will have the exact format, whereas the person who studied, he might write it in his own words.
spontaneously, am I right? Yeah, correct.
But usually they don't have like, concrete evidence.
Correct. Yeah, they will give the marks, whatever it is. That's true, yeah. Yes.
You can't cheat the interviewer, so later on you'll face problems because you actually didn't learn it and you can't apply it or anything.
Yeah, when you go for the interview, he'll have tough time, yeah.
Prabhuji, one way or the other, they'll get caught, even though they may cheat and get through in their jobs or somewhere else, they will eventually get caught.
Correct.
And they'll
Eventually
suffer
they
it
will die.
later.
Yeah, that is true. You know, real story, I'll tell you what happened after that. So I strongly told you should not copy and everything, and our devotees were sticking to this pure standard. They didn't copy. And they got poorer marks. They got 60, 65, 70, they got. And the other non-devotees, they got 95. Now, when the placements came, the first placements were given to the non-devotees because they got 95 marks. They got placed very easily. But companies like Infosys, Cognizant, Persistent, they all gave the jobs, but told them that your college is ending in April, but we want you to come only in November for joining the company. So they gave 6 months period for them to join. After that only you should join. So our devotees were waiting for a job. It became November, December, and then January, February, March. At last, our devotees also got some jobs because other boys got placed. The new companies were coming and the devotees got jobs. Some job they also got, devotees. Now what happened? Now the corporate company people came to know that during COVID time, lot of boys have gotten answers from tuition centers. They found out. Because the truth gets around now. Found out. So what the company said, we chose you for the job, but we will be taking a second interview before we admit you in November. So they said for that, we don't consider your academic scores. It will be purely based only on the job interview. And then there they threw them out. They found out those who copied, they couldn't answer as you all said. He was telling also, right now. So the most amazing thing is our devotees got placed and they got jobs after that. And all the copied fellows were all left behind. And that eventually the trouble came to them. So therefore, I will give you one video. You all know Hindi, everybody? So he will give them that Satya video, you can give them, which they can see it at their own leisure. You can WhatsApp them, I think. What? Lilanpur, he will WhatsApp it, he will send to all of you. It's about 20 minutes, I think, video. It's exactly about this. It's two students, one Pavitra, and I think Bhushan, I think his friend, I think. Two of them. One is actually a corrupt fellow who copies. Other fellow is proper devotee type boy. So very beautiful skit it is, drama. You can see that. Huh? So in this way, in academic life, I told you this example of copying. In professional life, I told you releasing the secrets about the company. That boy who was doing, and he made 6 lakhs, and how much he lost? At 6 lakhs, isn't it? I told you. Then I told you in not only academic life and in business life, I told you another example before. Do you remember 2 bakeries were there, I said? One was selling fungus bread, another one was throwing away the fungus bread. Did he tell you? Okay, true story, I'll tell you. See, 2 bakery shops were there. This was run, A bakery was run by a non-devotee, and B bakery was run by a devotee. In A bakery, say that fellow was making, easily monthly 5 lakh rupees he was making. And the B bakery was making only 2 lakhs. Why? Because whenever the fungus came, the devotee would throw it in the dustbin because fungus is not good. Correct? No? And the other fellow, A bakery, what he would do? He would just brush the fungus and sell it. So he was making 5 lakhs. So many people are telling this devotee, see, you are making only 2 lakhs and he is making 5 lakhs. He is more smart. Why are you throwing in the dustbin? You also brush off the, this fungus and sell it. But devotee said, I am afraid because, it should not hurt the health of the devotees because you are selling it for devotees. Devotees, if they eat this and something happens, so it's not very good. So I don't want money. I am more concerned about the health of the devotees. Like that he said. So eventually, what happened? This what happened was people who purchased from him, they got this food poisoning because of fungus, and everybody started talking about it. I also got stomachache. I got food poisoning. Then people said that this is the fungus bread shop. They named it like that. Don't go there. And that fellow was taken by the police and put behind the bars. He had to pay a compensation and all. And the shop was closed down. When this A shop got completely closed down, then all the customers, where will they go? Naturally, they came to B shop. And the B shop profit got shot up from 2 lakhs. Yeah, he started getting 6, 7 lakhs. Started getting. That means in the beginning, who was making more profit? Non-devotee. Cheater. Cheat. They will go up. Yeah. They will nosedive after that. Yeah, short-lived success. So that means, see, I have given you 4 examples now. Like the Chinese girl, this boy example gave, that is for personal life. And this bread example is for professional life. And one example I gave of copying for the academic life. Correct, no? And which was what? What was? This is a business and that's a company job. This is bread is business life, and cheating in the company by releasing the secret is company life. Some boys are working in companies, some are doing business. Both places you need integrity. Correct, no? Similarly, in personal life also you need integrity. Correct. In family also you need integrity. Academic life also you need integrity. That means in each of this, you will see, therefore a devotee of the Lord is very special. There is one verse which says, I'll show you that verse, you can recite that verse. Recite this verse, please repeat this. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana. Sarvairgunaistatra samasate suraha. Harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. Manorathena sati dhavato bahir. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana. Sarvairgunaistatra samasate suraha. Harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. Manorathena sati dhavato bahir. And 3 devotees can recite, please. 3 devotees. But Mike.
Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavat akinchana.
Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavat kinchana.
Sarvair gunaistatra samasate sura.
Sarvairgunaistatra samasate suraha.
Harava abhaktasya kuto mahadguna.
Harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna.
Manorathena sati dhavato bahi.
Manorathena sati dhavato bahi.
Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana.
Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana.
सर्वैर्गुणैस्तत्र समासते सुराः
सर्वैर्गुणैस्तत्र समासते सुराः
हरावभक्तस्य कुतो महद्गुणः
हरावभक्तस्य कुतो महद्गुणा
महोरथेन सति धावतो बहिः
मनोरथेना सति धावतो बहिः
यस्यस्ति भक्तिर्भगवत्या अकिञ्चना
यस्यास्ति भक्तिर्भगवत्य किञ्चन
गुणैस्य तत्र समस्ते सुरा
सर्वैर्गुणैस्तत्र समासते सुराः
हराव अभक्तस्य कुतो महद्गुणा
हरावभक्तस्य कुतो महद्गुणा
मनोरथेन सति धावतो बहिः
मनोरथेन सति धावतो बहिः. One of you can read the translation, please. I'll put it.
All the demigods and their exalted qualities such as religion, knowledge, and renunciation become manifest in the body of one who has developed unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. On the other hand, a person devoid of devotional service, and engaged in material activities has no good qualities, even if he is adept at, at the practice of mystic yoga or the honest endeavor of maintaining his family and relatives. He must be driven by his own mental speculations and must engage in the service of the Lord's external energy. How can there be any good qualities in such a man?
So there are two people being compared here. One is a devotee of the Lord, one is a non-devotee. And a devotee of the Lord has all good qualities, he says. Why? Because he is always aware that Supreme Lord is watching me. You know, there is a story of one Guruji. He called all the disciples in the ashrama and said, here is one Alfonso mango for everybody. Huh? So you all eat it, but you have to eat in a hiding place. Don't eat it in the presence of anybody. Eat it alone and come back to me. So somebody went inside a blanket, ate it and came. Somebody went inside a room, bolted the door, ate it and came. Somebody hid in a bush in a garden, ate it and came. Everybody came like that. Only one boy came with the mango back. I told the teacher, sir, I'm sorry. Wherever I go, the Lord's eyes are watching me, just like the sun and moon. You know, wherever you walk, they keep coming with you, correct, no? Like that, the Lord is watching wherever I go. I'm sorry, I brought the mango back, he said. Guru said, make this boy the leader of the class representative, he said. Because this boy has a real integrity. Because he is able to see the Lord's eyes watching him. So character means what you are when no one is around you. That is character. Generally what we all think, if somebody is watching, I will be careful. If nobody is watching, I can do mischief. Correct, no? So character means when no one is around us, because we know that although no one is around, there is Lord all around. He is in every atom, he is present. He is watching from the top, watching from the side, everywhere he is watching. That's why he is saying that devotee develops all good qualities of the demigods. On the other hand, a person devoid of devotional service and engaged in mundane material activities, he has no good qualities, he is saying. So anybody can say, what is Lord's external energy? And what is Lord's internal energy? Who can say? Correct. Yeah, external energy is material energy, Durga. And spiritual energy is internal energy. So now that is epitomized by whom? Internal potency. Who? No. No.
Durga.
Subhadra's expansion is Durga. Radharani, correct. Internal potency is Radharani, external potency is Durga. So Krishna says two verses in Bhagavad Gita of two Devis. Daivi hi yesha gunamaye. All of you repeat. Mama maya duratyaya. Mameva ye prapadyante. Mayam etam patarantite. He's saying the external energy of Durga Devi is very difficult to overcome. He's saying she has a Trishul with her, right? Anybody knows what is a Trishul? What is it? Trident? Yeah. The trident represents Adhyatmika, Adhibhautika, Adhidaivika, Klesh. Huh? What are the three kleshas? Adhyatmika means your body and mind gives you pains. Body gives diseases. Mind gives depression and all those problems. And second one is other living beings give you trouble. Right now? Like for example, like one day, I generally use a mosquito net to sleep. One day I was opening my mosquito net, going into my mosquito net. When I entered, one mosquito also entered with me, which I didn't see. Huh? Then I closed it. That fellow couldn't go out. So he was going round and round and he thought, oh, now I got a feast today for him. Well, my whole body, he would sing song. That he was putting needles. That's called Adi Bhautika. Bhautika clash means other living being, correct now? Pickpocketers, pickpocket. That is also Adi Bhautika clash. And Adi Daivika clash means natural calamities like the volcanoes or earthquakes, all those things, tsunamis and all that. That is Trishul. So Durga Devi is very difficult to overcome, he's saying. But those who surrender to me can go beyond this external energy to internal potency. And internal potency is Radharani, as he said. One interesting observation I'll tell you. See Radharani there, is she having Trishul in her hand? Our Radha Madan Mohan, what is she having? In the left hand, she is having a flower bouquet. Right hand, she generally gives blessing or she is holding a garland. So that garland is for Krishna and the bouquet is for welcoming us. Correct? Now when you go to some meeting, what they give? They give bouquet or Trishul? Okay. Imagine when you go to a meeting, somebody showing Trishul on your face. What is the meaning? They don't want you, right? No? They don't want you. So they generally show a bouquet to you, right? They give. So that means bouquet is a sign of welcome. So Radharani is welcoming everybody to come back home, back to Godhead. And Durga Devi is carrying Trishul in the hand and saying, hey, get out of material world. He's saying. So somebody showing Trishul means they want to tell you, get out. And bouquet means welcome. You understand this? Yeah. So you are getting welcome where? In material world or spiritual world? Spiritual world. And we are asked to quit where? Yeah, material. That's what Krishna says. Taktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sojana. When devotees leave their body in this world, they come back to my abode. He's saying. So, those who are non-devotees, they engage in service of external energy, Durga service, and they get beaten up by the waves of three gunas and all that. Huh? Yeah. It's not our Madhuman temple. She's showing, see? She's giving blessing. Really? Which temple? But here also she's showing like this. You can see that. Sometimes she gives blessing like this. Sometimes she's having hand like this to take the garland for Krishna to give. But internal potency is always welcoming. I heard His Holiness Satyanandan Maharaj told one little story to us. He said he was a paper boy when he was a small boy like all of you. Huh? That time in his college, his school holidays, you know what he would do? He would take a bike and go home to home throwing the paper, the newspaper. Because he would get some money for that, you get a compensation. So 2 hours you do that work, you get some money. So he would go to one Jamindar's house, the gate would be near the gate. Inside the gate, if you go, there's a big garden around. And in the middle of the garden, they have a big bungalow. So the owner was shouting at this boy, saying that, why are you throwing the paper at the gate? You open the gate, come inside and give me, he said. So he said that I am little afraid of your bulldog, I am little worried. It's very huge dog, which is under the tree. And the Malik owner said, don't you see, my bulldog is always tied with a chain, he said. It has a chain in the neck and tied to the tree. So don't worry, he said. So then every day he would go inside, bulldog would stand up, how, he would shout, but then he's chained up, he can't do anything. So he would go inside, give the paper and come. So one day he saw bulldog was sitting under the tree, chain was also there. So he went in, but suddenly that day the dog got up, the chain was not tied to the tree that day somehow. So he started coming towards him, running towards him, thinking it's a stranger, Imagine if such a dog comes over towards you, charging at you, what you would do? Run away. So he also ran, but the dog is running behind him. If he runs to gate, the dog is running towards him to the gate. If he goes to garden, other side, dog is running behind him. What he should do? If you take a stick and beat him, the dog will bite your hands. Correct, no? Yeah? Yeah? Pat him. But he is barking now. We are not sure what he will do. When he is barking, he thinks you are a stranger. Exactly. That's the answer. So that's what he did. Oh, sir, your dog is biting me, he shouted. And the immediate master said, hey, Jimmy, he called her. Next moment, immediately dog ran to the master and started wagging the tail, sat next to him, became very quiet. Huh? Then he went and gave the paper and then, so he told us the story. Why? He said, Durga is like that dog chasing after it, Maya. Huh? She want to attack the conditioned souls, especially in this world. She is the one attracting us to, you know, make us go down and doing things which are not good for us. Correct, no? So therefore Maya's allurements we say, correct, no? Attractions. But you want to escape Maya, what you should do? She is very difficult to overcome on her own. But he says you take shelter of Krishna says, Mama Maya Duratyaya is saying. Mama Maya means my Maya. That means Durga is whose Maya? Krishna Maya, Krishna Maya. It is his energy. Just like Narendra Modi can say, it's my police department. Correct or not? So Mahadevi is like a police department for catching us, all of us in this world. So, but if Prime Minister Narendra Modi says, hey, release him, then the jail police people will release you. Correct or not? Isn't it? Like that, Krishna also says to Maya, hey, Mahadevi, look at this boy, he's wearing tilak, he's attending classes, he's chanting, and he has become a gentleman now. He's not indulging in anything wrong, following four regulative principles. Release him. Then we will be released. Therefore, devotees of the Lord have good qualities. Like that he is telling. So, actually, I wanted to conclude the talk with one interesting thing for you. See, these are the things by which you get. You saw this? Yeah. You have seen this? Yeah. Saw this? Yeah, you saw this? You didn't see this. This fellow is going behind. There's a man, it was. You saw that? This is lust, this is anger. See, two managers, they respond differently. Correct, no? Is it good to be angry like this? See, this fellow, how he is. This is about. Currency note is taken out from the safety lock. See how much is accumulated? What did you understand from this? Too much greedy. Actually, he found out some new technique, how to use this black thing to take out anything. And was looting the company money. He looted so much, he was not satisfied with so much bundle notes. Finally, when he entered inside, he got locked. Now his boss will come now. Right now?
But he could sell somebody locked in.
How inside?
Then how's the money inside? How's he inside and the money inside?
But he know about that.
Yeah. See, huh?
Camera.
CCTV is there nowadays. Everywhere there is surveillance camera. Everywhere there is a. See, in Pune Kunjuberi temple, one mother kept her phone in the window and she went to take darshan. She came back, mobile was not there. Somebody has stolen it. So immediately our devotee went to TV camera and saw one lady picking up the mobile and running. He found her. So next day he saw that another lady who's thief. The thief lady, again she came to temple. Immediately we called the police. Police interrogated her, she gave back the mobile. Next day. And then we gave it to the other lady. Nowadays everywhere there are CCTVs, surveillance camera everywhere. And they put openly, you are under surveillance. They put. So besides Paramatma, and there are 11 more Sakshis, there are 13 Sakshi now. One more Sakshi surveillance camera everywhere now. But this shows greed, it shows. Actually, these are all the impurities in the mind which we have to work upon. If we don't work upon, then we. Therefore, how do we cleanse this? This chanting of the holy name is actually for cleansing the impurities. Actually, the impurities are like a virus in the computer. The virus enters into a computer, it just goes crazy, correct now? Is it not? Now, when you see here what he says, this is a PhD thesis on the effects of Mahamantra chanting. This is by David Brian Wolf. I will just show you only one relevant portion. I will show you.
In spiritual power, we can produce significant benefits when chanted properly.
I showed you last time.
Indeed, the vibrations in literary a profound. Spiritual disciplines recommend meditational practices.
This is the one I showed you last time, correct? Along with the sound I showed you. This I showed you. Neurologist study shows Mahamantra could help anxiety and schizophrenia. Here below it says Dr. Vivek Baluja, a neurologist at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit, has begun a study on the effects of Hare Krishna Mahamantra on the brain, and that has already yielded exciting findings, he's saying. So, now we discuss about many people got into bad habits, but they don't have the Mahamantra with them. But you all have that, correct, no? Why do we chant? Because one reason we chant is to cleanse the mind. And once the virus is removed from the mind, then the mind is very calm, cool, collected. Then you have command over your life. You can decide. You can design your life and not flow by default. See, currently our mind is like a flood. Like a flood, can it do any good? What does a flood do? Destroys. Yeah. It carries away the cows. It can destroy the houses, kill people. Yeah, soil also gets destroyed. But imagine, instead of flood, you have a dam. Dam is good or flood is good? Yeah. Because when dam is there, you can store the water and release it whenever you want. And produce energy. Correct, no? So which has energy? Actually, both have energy. Flood has energy, but it has destructive energy. Whereas dam has energy, it is potential energy. Then you can gradually release it like that. So, Mahamantra actually makes your mind like a dam. Whereas the general nature of anybody's mind in this world is like a flood, which is very, very dangerous. Therefore we chant. The Prabhupada practically showed it in the Western world. Chanting of the holy name can, do this. Let's take some questions, any of you? The mic is coming to you.
Sorry. Oji, many people justify killing animals that they're sacrificing it to demigods. Or they say that is allowed in Shastra. So what's the right answer for that?
See, there are people in three gunas: Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, and Tamaguna. Now, Sattva-guna people worship three deities: Sitaram, Lakshminarayan, Radha Krishna. And this worship involves offering them vegetarian foods with tulasi, manjaris. Correct, no? Like you offer rice in a bowl, you offer dal, sabji, sambar, rasam. Pure vegetarian. This is what is offered to Lord. These three deities. Those who are not in this next level, Rajaguna, Tamaguna, these people worship Durga, for example. They worship Shiva, like that. So in those people's category, even I was not aware in my college days. One day, I used to go to one Devi temple, Durga Devi temple. One day when I went in my cycle, I was about to enter the compound. I was shocked by the scene I saw there. Because many, many big, big cocks, they were all caught by some men and they took a chopper and cutting the necks. They would be shouting and then they would cut it like that. And everywhere cut, chickens were there, chickens and cocks, goats also. So when I saw that, ghastly scene, after that I never put my foot in the temple. But later I read in the Puranas, they say, for such fellows, 5 M's are allowed for them on Amavasya day, once a month. They can take Madira, Mans, Maithun, Mura, Matsya. 5 things. Madira means what? Liquor, alcohol, yeah. Madira. Mans means meat. Mura means some kind of flour. Like we have chapati flour, like that mura they call it. Huh? Something like Maida type of thing. Mura. Then Matsya means fish. And Maithun means sex life. These 5 things are allowed on Amavasya day only once a month for them. And those people in their community, Andi, they call it their community. If they take these 5 things only on Amavasya day, they are considered great sadhus. Because though in their community, every day they eat this. So they have some restriction for the gentlemanly people in their community. And those gentlemanly people will take them only once a month, that too after offering to Kali, they will take it. So they are considered superior to the other fellows who are taking it morning and evening every day. Therefore, the system is kept for them. But then the word Mam Saha means, oh, my dear God, I will become like you and I am also going to be cut in future. I agree for this contract, therefore I am killing you. That's the meaning of that. So eventually they will realize it. Like Mrigari realized it. Correct, no? Mrigari became a devotee. Someday they'll meet a devotee. Then they'll give it up. So, but if you have any friends in the school who are eating meat, you want to preach to them, I will give you another thing that you can tell them. This will be very convincing to them. Like if they eat meat, for example, anatomically your body is not suited for meat. Why? Because your intestine is how much long? Do you know that? Yeah, it is actually 30 feet long. So meat has to take a long course. It gets stuck in the belly and it doesn't digest well. So it causes cancerous diseases. I can show you 97% of the people who eat meat have possibility of cancer. 97%. On the other hand, if you take tiger's intestine is only this much. Very small. And when the meat goes in, and not only that, tiger has gastric juice 20 times more concentrated than our juice. Can you imagine 20 times like that it digests and throws out. But our gastric juice is only meant for vegetable digestion, which we all are eating. So we can easily digest it and you can throw out vegetable foods. Yeah. Onion garlic, I'll tell you the reason why we don't take. So you can send that article also. Onion and garlic. There are about 4 or 5 pages. It's all scientific reasons are given why we don't take. We should just send that article to them. It's all methanol, ethanol, like that. All names are given. What is there in onion? If you take it, what will happen? That's given in that article. We will send you that article. Yeah. And I didn't complete it. I completed the meat one. I told you intestine is long, human body. Gastric juice is not very developed, not very strong, digested. And we also don't have tooth by which you can tear the. Can you jump on a deer and eat it? But you can jump on a carrot. You can jump on a cucumber. Correct, no? But you can't jump on a deer or something. That type of tooth you don't have. Therefore, you have to cook the meat and then eat, correct now? You do like that. So these are some of the things you can say, anatomical considerations you can say. And then money consideration, which is costly, vegetables or meat? Huh? Meat is very costly. Like one cow sometimes is 60,000, 80,000. Huh? Whereas if you are eating vegetables, it is very damn cheap for you. Huh? Yeah. And also, another thing, this is a very important one, I'm going to tell you. In my school days, when I was a small kid, and my friends, we chased after a pig. I told you? Pig and piglets. Big pig, this much long pig, this much stout pig. And the piglets were a dozen piglets. Huh? And they were all running in my compound and we ran. It was a long lane. After that 15 houses, there was a garden. And they went into the garden. And at the end of the garden, there was a door closed. It's a dead end. Now the pig found that 5, 6 boys are behind me with sticks. Maybe they will beat me up. He got afraid. That's what he was running away. But after seeing the door, the pig turned around and showed the teeth like that. Then we became afraid. Then we ran away. And he was chasing us. And we all ran into our homes. So I was just thinking later on, this is called as flight or fight response. What response? Flight means the animal is afraid. Fight means the animal is violent. So can you say in which guna it is? Flight is in which guna? Tama guna. And fight is in? That means when you're killing the animal also, the animal tries to escape. It doesn't want to be cut. Yeah. And that tries to fight. That means when the animal is trying to escape, it is in which guna? Tamaguna. Tamaguna. Because it's afraid. It's fearful. And then when it gets violent to attack you, that means the animal product is a product of violence and fear. Therefore, adrenaline is secreted in the body of the animal. Lot of adrenaline. So when somebody eats it, then you also become a product of violence and fear. You understand the point, no? Yeah. But if you are eating vegetable, is vegetable running away from you? No. In fact, trees like, tomato plants, if you see brinjal plants, bendi plants and all, even if you don't pluck the vegetable, they will drop it also. You've seen that many stages in forest, they don't pluck it because they think, I don't want to give that much pain also. But if the mango tree drops the mango, then they pick it up. Like that. You can see that.
Few of my friends, when they say that we can eating vegetables is more harmful to the environment because we are cutting a lot of plants and all. So
No. Actually, we don't cut the plants. We only take the fallen ones, and also we take the vegetables only. Some plants we cut like the saak or something. The saak leaves, and we take. But do you cut down the trees for your daily vegetables? You don't cut the trees. Those who cut the trees are for paper. They are printing all nasty things in those papers. They are cutting in Amazon forest and all these things. Otherwise, for daily vegetable eaters, who is cutting the tree? And not only that, those who are vegetarian, they are also planting trees. They are also putting crops, grains, and the crops come up very easily. Correct, no? And God gives rain, so it comes very easily. Yeah, yes. Mike.
Even it's more environmental friendly because like to take care of a cow for its meat or all that, it takes like a swimming pool of water. With that same water, you can get at least 20 loaves of bread.
Correct.
And
too much water is spent for the meat.
Statistically, it's better.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. From the point of view of saving water, for meat industry spend a huge quantity of water also. That's true. That's another thing. Additionally, we can say that. So, say you are a product of what you eat. For example, if you eat cow, the person is called as a mlecha. One eats dogs, is called as a chandala. If a man eats like mlecha, yavana, chandala, nishada, so these type of names are used. That means depending on the food that goes inside, accordingly your name is given. So therefore, because that food determines your personality. Ahara shuddhav satpashuddhi, satpashuddhav dhruva smriti, smriti ilambe grantinam vipramokshaha, it is said. Which means by ahara shuddha is there, then your character is shuddha also. Okay, I'll conclude with one little story from a sadhu. See, the sadhu came to an house one lady gave came prasad to eat. Sadhu ate, but she gave it in a golden plate. So when the sadhu left, the lady found the golden plate is missing. So she told the neighbors and everybody. So then they said, hey, find out the sadhu may be in bus stand. Check whether he has taken the plate. So they went to the station and sure enough in his jolna bag, the golden plate was there. Hey, Sadhu Baba, what happened to you? Why did you take this? Then he came back. And then he came to the lady's house where he took the prasad. He asked, oh, Mata, please tell me the food you got for me, where did you bring it from? Did you cook it? She said, you see, I am working as a servant maid in many houses. So they make basmati rice. I stole that because they won't give me. Basmati rice is very costly. So therefore, I stole and brought it for you. And Sadhu said, see, because you stole and fed me this food, I ate the food and I also stole your golden plate. Immediately, as soon as Anna went in, Jaisahan Vaisaman, it is said, I got this mentality. You can imagine how important it is to eat pure food. If you eat pure Krishna Prasad, then accordingly your mindset will be formed. Now,
They said like one sadhu went into a house. He was resting there. It was the house was in the middle of the forest, and he ate the food over there. There, the owner of the house was not there. He went on some job, and Sadhu left.
Okay.
And he saw cows. The the owner's cows, and he willed them to. He was willing to take them with him.
With him, okay.
He just took them and he went. He was actually Krishna conscious. After going some distance, he realized.
Oh, by mistake I took it.
Then he went again to the house. He kept the cows. He waited for the owner, and he came. He asked, "What would you do?" He said, "I'm a thief. As you're a saintly person, I have to serve you. That's why I stole those things. That's why." And that time he realized.
Oh, so who was the thief? That fellow who took the cow, he was a thief?
No, he was
He
the
was Sadhu.
saint.
He was?
He was the saint.
He was a saint. Okay, okay. But I didn't understand this. So you understood the story, any of it? Huh? You understood? Can I explain that? Oh, owner was a robber.
The story, Prabhuji, but
Owner is robber. He took the cow because he had the prasadam of the owner.
Oh, like that. Okay, okay, okay. Because he ate the food in that home.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That mentality came on him. Okay, very good. Thank you. Yeah.
Prabhuji, but sometimes without dealing with the environment only, we get the qualities, right?
Like?
Not like with the environment, we are in a place where there is a lot of negativity and.
We should avoid that place. See, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, if you travel in the same boat with non-devotees, or you take bath in the same ghat, that is not association. So non-devotee is bathing, you are bathing, no problem. Non-devotee is going in the same boat, you are also the same boat, he is sitting, you are sitting, no problem. Association means opening your mind and heart and affectionately hearing from somebody. That is called association. To whom do you open your mind to? Do you open your mind to non-devotees or to devotees? Yeah. So you have the choice. Correct now? If you open your mind to non-devotees, they will convince you to eat meat, drink wine, all that they will do. So you should not open your mind. With non-devotees, you should be business-like. Just for you want to talk about studies, you want to talk about future career, you may talk. But you don't open your mind and say, whatever you say, I will do. Right now? Yeah. So, in essence, some points I want to recollect in 5 minutes. Then we finish, you all have to go for prasad.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, they say that to leave the when you leave the gross body, the subtle body comes with you.
Correct.
To the next body to fulfill the desires. And when you leave the material world, the subtle body too leaves.
Correct.
And you'll go
and go back to Godhead.
Yeah. But they say that if there's no more karma, like no bad or good karma, then you would go back. But in some or other way, there'll be a good or bad karma, right, Prabhuji? Like,
But that will, if you become Krishna conscious, that will all be finished.
yeah, chanting, these all, they don't
These are
count.
spiritual karma.
Yeah, they don't
So you
count
can
as
easily
karma.
remember, karma, vikarma, akarma, no? Vikarma you can remember vicious karma. That is called vikarma. Akarma you can remember absolute truth karma, akarma. Karma done for absolute truth is who is absolute truth? Krishna. So akarma you remember absolute truth karma. And vikarma you remember vicious karma. And karma means, the punya, like that again.
Like Prabhuji, chanting, these all, they don't come under karma.
They come under akarma.
Yeah. But giving like dana or doing something like that, it's devotees or grihasthas job to do that.
Yeah.
So
But if
they
they,
indirectly
no, they should connect it to Krishna and then give. Like you're giving cookies to a beggar, you say Hare Krishna, and then you give him. Anything you give, you touch Krishna, connect it to Krishna, and then you give it. Then it will not be any more karma, it will be akarma.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Prabhu, if someone is irritating us and we will be if we will be silent, they do much and will be get tortured. So we should not be harsh to them, right? So what we should do in that situation?
We should leave that place immediately.
But it's important to.
And
It's important to be there.
in the class.
Yeah. Yeah.
For example, in this class you chose to sit here today, correct? No? In the school also you may sit in one place like this. Say it so happened that your person sitting next to you or in front of you is irritating you, teasing you. So next day you decide a change of place. Today you tolerate. Next day you understand. Tajadurjana samsargam. This is give up bad association. Vajasadu samagamam. Come in the assembly of good devotees. What I did in my college days, boys would tease me, create trouble and all that. So I chose two boys next to me. One good boy here, one good boy here. They were like bodyguards. I told this, no? Yeah, here one boy would be reciting Sanskrit shlokas, Vishnu Sahasranama and all that. So you all have to choose your friends. Design your association. Don't go by default. And also what happens if a boy is teasing and all that, you fight with them, then it gets aggravated more and more. We can keep little distance away. So with such people, what you should do, you have to be polite but firm. You can be polite to Prabhu. You can tell him, dear friend, I'm not interested in this behavior of yours. Keep it with you. Don't unnecessarily irritate me. I want to do my studies now. And they again and again teach you, next time don't go near him. Keep away from him. Also, you can hear one. In the YouTube, you put tit for tat, Radheshyam Das, you'll get one lecture. There I have elaborately spoken this. Tit for tat or tolerate that. That's a lecture. Yeah.
Prabhuji, in Leelamrit, Prabhupada's father, he used to serve hookah to sannyasis used to come to his house. Like, isn't that bad, Prabhuji? Because like, if you're serving something intoxicating.
Actually, even you must have heard about Vivekananda smoking hookah. Have you heard that?
Yes.
Vivekananda went to one farmer's house. It is said, he said, I don't see you are a poor man, or a low class man or something. He accepted. Like that, they say one story, they say. So, in some cultures, like in Bengal, for example, certain people take this hookah type of thing. It is not good. We strictly don't, we don't have, we follow the four irreligious principles. No illicit sex, no meditating, no intoxication, no gambling. But sometimes certain people may take supari, and they may take pan, they may take like that. But if he demands, then he may provide. Not to offend them, he may provide.
But like, won't that inculcate sin because you're giving sin to someone else?
I also don't know in hookah what is there. Is it tobacco or something? I don't know. Nicotine it is there, huh?
We don't know. It might not.
They burn the flavor inside so that the smoke comes out.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Actually,
It might be different, but it might not necessarily be.
we don't know what was there.
Be all right.
Yeah, we have to check it. We have to find out. Because, like, for example, when you say pan, there is a bad type of pan which has got intoxicant. But there is also beda, bida, bida, they call in Tamil Nadu. They also call it as pan. Bida, bida, it has got. Huh? The beetle leaves, they fold like this and they put something inside. That is actually proper to eat. It has no intoxicant in that. It's like a refreshment. Cloves and other. They put that has no intoxicant. Yeah, correct. Correct.
Prabhuji, is it wrong to eat chewing gums?
Actually, chewing gum gives a flavor in the beginning, correct? No? Huh? And after that, it goes after some time. Then chow, chow, chow. People keep doing like that. It's only just titillating to the tongue. But whatever you eat, you first chant Hare Krishna 3 times and then you take it. But we don't eat things containing cocaine or cocoa. Otherwise, we take. Generally, see, can't we eat biscuits from the shop? Can't we eat mithai and everything? See, whatever is makeable at home and offer to Krishna and take, that is the best. But in case sometimes you are taking a mint or something, yeah, huh? Yeah, but you offer to Krishna and take it. That way you're connecting, you're thanking Krishna and taking, correct, no? Yeah. So today I spoke many things today. So I'm afraid that we should not forget the things. So what did I speak in the beginning today? How did I begin the class today?
Awareness itself.
Correct. I spoke emotions. We spoke in the beginning. We have to know our own emotions. It's called, what is the name of that term? Is self-awareness. Become aware of yourself. Then you have to manage your emotions. Self-management means managing your emotion. If you're becoming angry, you can restrain your anger and modify your speech. That is actually called as, responding. Responding instead of?
Yeah.
Don't react, respond. That is one thing I spoke in the beginning. And the next what we did was, I'll tell you, after this self-awareness, then I brought the topic of self-discipline in modifying our thought and speech and everything. Okay.
9 things Vishwan.
9 things what Bhishma told. Then I spoke about integrity elaborately. 4 examples. Just name the example. In profession, one was professional, one was business, academic. Okay, correct. In the professional, I think IT company releasing secrets, and the business, bakery. I said, and the personal, Chinese girl. I said, yeah, and then cheating in the examination. Okay. So all these 4 examples taught us one important thing, that don't lie and lead a life of integrity, because if you lie in the long run, your character will have a hole, and if there is a hole in your character, you are gone. You cannot succeed truly. Materially, spiritually, you cannot succeed in life. And why we have to be a man of integrity? Any of you? Why we should be man of integrity?
Integrity is a good quality.
It's a good quality. God is watching you. That's the main thing. It puts in Sattva-guna, that's true. And also God is watching us, and we have to live in alignment with scriptures. A devotee will not do these things, because this will degrade us. Why it changes? That was he told in another context. Because in Sattva, what happens? You have Jnanam. And Jnanam can lead to pride. And Sattva-guna, you have Sukham. Sukham can lead to complacency. And complacency is Tamaguna. And pride is Rajoguna. From Sattva, one can come down. Therefore, from Sattva, we should go to Vishuddha Sattva, which is pure spiritual. Clear? Yeah. All right? All right? Okay. So one topic was integrity, one topic was self-management. And then third topic, what I spoke about? Anything else? Question. I think vegetarian related, we had a lot of question answers. I gave 5 problems also for self-control. Urges. You all found out which urges engage, urges. And then I showed you some solutions about, sleeping early, rising early, and also eating habits, sleeping habits, recreation habits. All these habits, if you manage well, and also chanting Hare Krishna. Correct? Now, if you do these things, then your life will be very balanced life. And you will actually be able to practice self-management. So next time when I meet you, I will tell you about Sthita Prajna, self-realized man. How does he behave when people become angry with him, like he asked, no? How does he behave? People are affectionate to him. Hmm? And then in the world of senses and sense objects, whether what happens to his mindset, and then when he's walking in the world, how does he not get entangled? So these things we will learn in a very simple manner. Krishna gives very good solutions also. So I will be bringing it up the next time with a nice PPT for you, okay? Shri Prabhupada ki 2 minutes Kirtan we will do. I can take the Mridanga. You can play Karta. Only short Kirtan I will do. And then we proceed to Prasadam, okay? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You play first. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. राधा मदन मोहन की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, समावेत भक्त वृंद की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जय गौर प्रेमानंद महाप्रसाद की।